Okay, Tammy. Oh my goodness, does it? I would have swore I checked and it said that it was going to be the proper time, and that might be why my it doesn't want to come up on my tablet, because I was just been trying to get it to come up on my tablet. I hope that not everybody is missing that because of that. I would have swore I had it set up, but who knows? It doesn't always cooperate when you put the numbers in of when you want it to be. It sometimes decides it needs to change it because it thinks it knows better than you do. But isn't that the way of everything, it seems? Hey, Miranda. Hi, Anita. Hey, Tammy. So I'm trying to get it set up on my phone, my tablet, so we'll be able to view it. Um, your comments easier, but it's not there. It comes. I had to recognize that it was live so that I could see your comments. All right. Hey, Tina. Hey, Beth. Now the ladies tell me that the time was wrong on this. And I apologize for that. I would have swore I had it set up properly for the proper time, but apparently not. So we don't appreciate that, but it is the way it is. Anyway, so I got 2 of the Beadalon mystery boxes. So we'll see if we have different things in them. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. I know last year a lot of folks got chain in theirs, and I had really wanted some chain and I didn't get any. So I'm sort of hoping we'll have some chain in here this time, but if mine is the same as Brandy's, we won't have any. So I got these yesterday afternoon. I haven't opened them up at all. I could be back at 2 a.m. I don't know what it did. As like I was mentioning to the ladies, I don't know why it did that. Because I'm fairly positive I had it set for 10, but they sometimes YouTube decides it knows better than you do and what time you should be on. Hey, Mary, we haven't seen you for a while. It's good to see you this time. So I'm gonna open these. We're gonna turn and open these in just a second here. I'm going to give folks a little more time since I apparently screwed up or YouTube did. One of us decided to screw up my time frame here, which is, it's done it before, but usually I notice it in time to fix it. And obviously I didn't this time. So, sorry about that. So we'll give it a few more seconds. For those of you who ordered stones from me, I think I have all the invoices out except for Maisha's, because she just ordered last night, so I haven't got hers out. The invoices are all out. Some of you have already paid. They'll be going in the... Oh, you had a vacation in Florida. How nice. And then family came to visit. That's always pleasant. So I do have the folks that were invoiced and already paid. Their packages are... Can you still purchase the box? The Beadalon boxes? No, they sold out the very first day. Hey, Dorothy. So no, you can't. Sorry. They did say because they sold out so fast and they were having trouble with the servers because everybody got in so fast. Hi, Chris. That they had talked about in making some more, but I don't know if they ever did, or if they decided not to, or if they did, they're all sold out already. Maybe, I don't know. I haven't checked for a while. I usually only get on the Beadalon website when I need some German style wire or they have the mystery boxes. Oh, yeah, that's too hot. 112? Ooh. You received your invoice, Dorothy. Yes, you should have. I sent out one this morning and I have to send Maisha's out when we're done here. But other than that, I think I have everybody's invoices out right now. So, and like I said to some of you, if you can't pay right away, I'm not going to worry about it. I wasn't expecting to get anything from these at all because I hadn't, they've been sitting in drawers for forever. So, hey, Cynthia. So we're going to turn down and I'm actually cutting the tape right now of this first one. The second one's sitting beside me. These babies are heavy. I don't know what's in them, but they're really heavy. So, like I said, I'm cutting the tape on this first one and then I'll turn it down and before I actually open the box up. So let's turn her down and we'll get started with that. Something I haven't mentioned for a long time, and I probably should because we're sort of stagnated at 26 members, is that I do have a membership for my channel. It's 72. We're in Kentucky, Chris. How lovely. That sounds great. But as I was saying, I do have a membership for my channel. It's $4.99 a month. You can find the link in the description of this video. And besides, if I do any recorded videos, you'll get them before anybody else. And I do have a members live on Thursday. So it's this afternoon at 1 p.m. my time, Mountain Standard. Sorry, getting a little bit of a dry throat. And so if that's something that you're interested in, you can check out the link. And I also have a giveaway. I gave away a mug at 25 members, and I'm going to give away another mug at 50 members. So if we get up there, there's something to look forward to. So let's turn down and we'll open up this first box. Like I said, I have cut the tape. I have not seen what it is in here. The side of it says Beadalon Mystery Box Kit. The mystery box is a random product assortment consisting of wire, cord, findings, tools, etc. Contents vary and all sales are final. So let's turn down and see what we got here. Oops. Knocking this little necklace we started and I have never finished because I didn't decide how I wanted to finish it. All over the place. We'll put it a little aside here so it won't be in the way so much. It's 91, but it feels like 107. That always gets me. How can it be one temperature and feel like another temperature? I don't understand. How can that be? I mean, when it's colder than the outside temperature, I can understand that because wind always is famous here in Montana. We get the wind chill to beat the band. Oh, humidity. I hadn't even thought about humidity. Our humidity here in Montana is generally not very high, so I don't really think about it that much. But yeah, I do remember the humidity from when I was down south in Mississippi during the Hurricane Katrina relief work. So yeah, that was atrocious. So yeah, I do understand now. Thank you. So I appreciate that. Dorothy is in Florida, Brandy. I can't remember. Something beach. Hallandale Beach, Dorothy? Yeah, South Florida. Is that hurricane affecting any of you guys? I know it was going up. It looked like it turned from when it was around Puerto Rico and heading up. My own thing is telling me it's pixelating a little bit, so I hope that it's not doing too bad for you guys. But anyway, let's turn down. We'll start looking at these goodies. Ta-da, big box. It's off the edge of my desk. So I'm just going to open it here. Oops, bumping things here. Let's Be Friends, Beadalon Good Vibes. Cute little sticker. I'm going to put this to the side, and then I'll just pull out items and put it on the desk because we're not going to be able to see it worth beans otherwise. So the first thing we pulled out is our Let's Be Friend, and then our little Beadalon get in touch, and we're on social medias, and their little card. This comes in every. The card is a little different this year, but we always have a card of some kind. Looks like we have silver. Well, they're round rings, jump rings, but they're chain rings. Looks like there's 3 packages in here of 18 gauge chainmail rings. We have some flat wire, 21 gauge in the rose gold color. This is a pretty color. And I do like this for, I've been known to make bracelets. I just curl the ends over on themselves and then bend it to a bracelet shape, and then I'll wrap beads around it to add some pretty. And then I also use these for my circlets, my flat circlets, or band circlets as I call them. So there's some rose gold of that. All kinds of things in this box. Let's see what else we got here. Ooh, I got some chain. 2 things of silver chain. Excuse me. This is dapped small chain, 1.5 meters or 4.92 feet in a really pretty, delicate silver. I was hoping for chain, so this is great. What else have we got here? Let's see. Cord ends. Oh, you know, I've got some of these before, and they are so tiny. I haven't really used them much, but I've always thought, well, you know, if I need some for something tiny, I wonder if 1 millimeter or even 1.5 would fit into these. I haven't ever checked. I should do so. Wonder if it says. Oh, 1.5 millimeter. So I usually don't use anything but 2, but I do have some 1.5. And here's some more of these mesh. I got this last year, but not this color. I think I had it sitting right here, in fact, because I was debating how to use it the other day and didn't ever do so, but yep, it's right here. See, it's sort of my last year's is sort of a gold color. I figured I could put some really large beads in here if I wanted to, but I haven't tried it yet. Back there with you. But now this one is a black, like a silver and black color. Interesting. Their chain is really good. Come on, baby. Oh, I got that same color that I had last year as again. So there's 2 of the mesh. I got to figure out how I want to use that. Okay, we got 3 more little packages here. Solid rings. Oh, these are pretty. These will be nice for connecting things. Big solid oval rings. It looks like fancy gauze. You're right, it does, Dorothy. So these are really cool rings. I like these. If I had more packages of those, I wouldn't complain. Here is the large wire crimp connectors for the heavy duty wire. For the heavy duty wire. I don't have the crimping pliers that work those. I usually just, if I use them for anything, I just use regular pliers and squish them. Ooh, cool. Instapendants. 6mm round with 5mm ring screw-on finials. Pin diameter is 1.6 millimeters. So, of course, you have to use large hole beads for these. But I love Instapendants. Those are great. So my box is turning out really nice here so far. And frankly, if they doubled up something like this on my next one, my other one, I won't care if it's the same. Now we have some pinch bells. I don't care for this type of pinch bell. I usually make my own if I'm going to do a pinch bell. So this might be something I might be trying to get rid of. 28 gauge wire in craft wire in bare. Interesting. That is a pretty color. It's tiny, but that's actually a good one if you're wire wrapping. And looks like I'm pixelating a bit again. Hope that's not a problem. Carl cut down a tree, huh? Okay, Chris. And then I have 22 gauge. Oh, this is 22 gauge in this beautiful blue. Peacock blue. 22 gauge. I like that. That is very, very pretty. See what else we got here. How do you use an Instapendant? Just a second, and I'll pull one part down. I'll open the package so I can show you. 26 gauge in silver, gold, and looks like a bronze or antique copper. Those are pretty. And then this is some more of that cotton tassel cord. I don't think I got this color last year, but I did get some colors of the cotton tassel cord. And in fact, I lost the crochet hook that I was using, and I don't even remember what size it was that came in the box last year. But I was crocheting beads into this, and I think it's going to make if I ever finish it, a silver one, it'll make a really pretty necklace or whatever I decide to use it with. 18 gauge multicolor. I have some multicolor, but I think it's like 20 or 22, but this is 18, so it's heavier duty, so that's great. Come on, things, let this sit here. Let's see what else we got. We got a big roll of gray. Ooh, that is definitely gray. 20 gauge artistic craft wire. Now, I like 20 gauge when I'm making rings, so this would be good for that. Let's see what else we got here. Okay, I think these are those little crimpet tools. I got 2 of these. I have never tried scrimps or whatever they're called. Not sure if I will use those or not. Let's see, we got some of the rubber tubing. I think this is this the triangular stuff? I think it is. Rubber tubing. Oh, square. 4x4 square. Now, I use rubber tubing, but not this size. But I have heard some people say this is great if you want to like make something a little different on a memory wire bracelet or any kind of bracelet, or even a necklace if you want to use some tubing on it. We got some more flat craft wire. This one is the antique brass color. So we got 2 of those. We got some mesh clasps and some, ooh, cool. There's 2 of these mesh clasps. I think this is supposed to be for this. Though these don't look wide enough to go on the mesh. I mean, you must have to pull the mesh together and then squish it. There's 2 of those. We have 1 more of the solid rings, which is lovely. And one of my favorite things, slide clasps. 2 ring slide clasps, or 2 strand. Now we had a couple more things here in the box. Let's see what we got. Excellent. We got some small flat nylon jaw pliers. I used my nylon jaws. They're right there, so that's be nice. And a riveting tool system. What the heck is a riveting tool system? Well, they don't want it to get wet. There's some of those silicone things. Oh, it's a twist, hole punch. Excellent. Wow, I scored. I got a hole punch and all kinds of goodies in this box. So that is super. I like it. So this box was special. I really like it. I think it's nice. I will have to put these things all back in the box, though I think some of them are going to come out because I'm going to keep them out to use them. I usually keep my spare tools in a special spot, so I will probably put those away. The rubber tubing, we're going to have to experiment with the rubber tubing. This is great. This is a huge spool of artistic wire. It's a 1/4 pound. So I like this 20 gauge craft wire is great for rings. And we have, not sure about these little guys. Never used a scrimp before. Not sure I can get these things back in here as good as they had them packed. But if I don't, that's fine, because let's face it, some of them are going to come out anyway. I will be using, I know, some of these things. So, like all these 3 things and this, the chain for sure. I don't really care about these. We'll see about how we can figure out how to make this mesh stuff work one of these days. Don't care about the chainmail. I think I gave some of my last chainmail stuff to somebody. I can't remember who it was. Don't care about these so much because I don't really use them. I do like this. Though I use the silver more than the colors, but I'm not going to complain that I got colored. And these are wonderful. Especially, I love this blue. It's so pretty and vibrant. So anyway, we'll put this stuff all back in the box. Like I said, I'm not getting it in here straight, but that's all right. I'll be taking some of it out anyway to put in with my goodies. And Dorothy wanted to know how to use an Instapendant. So, in answer to that question, we're going to have to open our package up here, but that's all right. We can do that. Actually, it looks like it's in 2 packages. Looks like there's a package inside a package. Well, we'll find out. I was right. And another package yet. So these are the Instapendants. They wanted them well packed. They're in 3 different envelopes here. And this one is sealed too. I was hoping it might be one of those fold over ones, but it's not. So I'm probably going to have to put these into another another little baggie so I don't lose them. But how these work is, see, this is just a pin here. Isn't that cool looking? So this is where you hang it, just like you would, any pendant. And then this little ball unscrews. It's a little rusty. It's obviously been sitting for a while. Didn't want to come undone. Anyway, then you put your beads up on here. Let's see, I think I have some large hole something here. Here's some large hole pearls. They have to, this has got a, I think it said a 1.2 hole. So anything that doesn't have a relatively good size hole won't go on here. So then you just feed them up onto here. Like so. And then you take your little ball and you screw it back in place. Instant pendant. Oh, you like my laugh? Thank you. Somebody would say something that would make me laugh, and he'd say, "Oh, I recognize the laugh." So if he was in the same building as me up at the park. So anyway, that's how you work Instapendant. Very simple. And like it said, like the name says, Instapendant. Just put on the beads and screw the little thing closed. And if you're worried about it coming loose, put a dab of glue in it. The ears are longer, but they're fun to work with. These are amazing with larger lampwork focal beads. Yeah, they would be. You were thinking that pearls would look good on them. Yes, they do. The thing is, you've got to think about is, for me, I like a spacer. The pendant part's a little bit crooked. But I like a spacer, and so you have to remember to make room for a spacer to go on it. But frankly, you can see the screws, so you know how far you can go. But you do have to, watch for sizing and stuff like that. If you're going to put like various size things, like say I have these are large hole amethyst rondelles. And we could pull you off again, put one of these guys on, go on. Then, because Rose is the spacer queen and has to have her spacers, I'm fairly positive I had some spacers here that had large holes. Did I move them out? Well, these aren't the ones I was looking for, but they'll work. Where are you? And you put your spacer on. Let's go back to one of those gray pearls, shall we? Or do we want, ooh, I got an idea if I see them here. There they are. Come here, you. Plum pearl with amethyst. Just one. We only need one. I think this one. Your own. Put you on. Oop, doll falling. There we go. Isn't that pretty? Simple. So there is one finished little Instapendant. Very simple, but it's sort of, I think it's sort of elegant looking. I am thrilled that I got this. These, with a little luck, maybe there's another package in the other box. So let's get the other box out. You have arrows in gold. Oh, those would be nice too. You have a crown. You are a queen for the day. I am the spacers queen. Yes, because I have to have spacers. I mean, I don't use them everywhere, obviously, but I do use them most of the time. Okay, this box is looking pretty similar, and I won't complain if it is. So we start with our cards, of course. So let's sit you aside. Oh, it's not the same. I see something different in there. And then I have the flat wire in the antique brass and rose gold again. Both the same colors. Not going to complain. Okay, here's one of the different things. Fashion grips. Look, I use fashion grips on my pliers. Though I would put them on one of these, but these are the same color. I don't want the same color because, let's face it, then I'd get them confused. And I also have fashion grips on my, these are the mini fashion grips. They're on my magical crimpers. So grips are always nice to have. Makes them cushioned. You know, when I first put the grips on these, they bothered me. Oh yes, I could do that. See what's in here next. Okay, oh, we got some more tassel thread. This is red. I think I got some red last year. It's a really pretty deep red. Well, that's because it's mixed with black, but you know. Okay, I got some more chainmail rings. These are a smaller size. I think these are 20s. I think the others were 18, or they were bigger anyway. Oh, goody. I got some more, they call these components, but I turned these into skirt hikers for my Renaissance festivals. Got some more tassel thread. This one is a gold and black. We should make a tassel out of these one of these days. I got enough bead caps we can do it easily. So we should do that one of these days. I'm not usually a tassel person, but if I make it myself, maybe I won't mind it so much. You still have stuff from last year you haven't used or don't know what to do with it? Yeah, I do too. Okay, I got another 20 gauge package of artistic wire in gray. So got lots of gray artistic wire in 20 gauge now. Oh, something just fell. Oh, lobster claws, and they're the big ones that I like. There, it says there's 3 packages in here, and I don't think I have any copper, so that's great. That's super great. What did I knock on the floor? Because I knocked something on the floor. Oh, I know, it was my new package of E6000. It's not out of its package yet, so it's all right. Okay, have some more of these guys. You know what? I took these the ones I got last year, and I made these into necklaces. I used them as spacers. They actually worked pretty darn good. They just look like a big giant bugle bead. So, but they're metal, so they actually worked really good. Here's some more of these little guys. Whoops, got 2 packages of these. They may become spacers again this year. They actually worked really good in in little simple necklaces as spacers with some beads in between. Got some more of these little guys. Now, here's some more of the colored, multicolor wire, but it's 22 gauge. It's actually, the package has been damaged, so that's probably why they put it in one of these. Oh, but I got another one yet, so that's cool. This one is another one of the 18 gauge multicolored wire. Then I have another one of these little packages of 26 gauge with the three colors. Oh, yes, I got more chain. Looks like it's the same kind as the other, but it's 3 rolls instead of just 2. So I love it. Yeah, they would fit on some leather, as long as it's not really thick leather, because they're pretty good sized, you know, as you can see. If you look down through the hole, if you can see down through the hole, let me get it closer, maybe you can. It's a good size hole. So it would work. Knock more things off the desk. Boy, am I getting klutzy. Okay. Oh, we're almost done. Whatever these, however you use these things, I got 3 in this box. So now I have 5 of them with the other one. Oh goodness, I got another 20 gauge big crown spool of the gray wire. So that's 2 of those in this box. I didn't get any smaller wires in here other than these little multicolored. The box is almost empty and there's no more wire in here. So, oh, one thing I didn't get is beading wire in here, which I usually always get, and I always give it away because I don't care for it. And there's none in here. I'm not going to complain because I wouldn't use it anyway. I'd give it away. Here's some more of this square tubing. And again, we have some flat nylon jaw pliers and another hole punch. Yay! I scored this year. I am really, really thrilled with my boxes. So this is wonderful. I can put some of these in my travel box. And we got some more fashion grips, maybe for my pliers in my travel box. So that's great. Can't believe I got two more. This makes a total of 3 1/4 pound spools of of the big 20 gauge wire. How do we use this? Actually, I haven't used it before, but I know of how some people have used it, so we can give her a go. Like I said, these cord say they go for 1.5 millimeter. I would have to check that out. But I am just so excited that I got chain. It was what I wanted last year and I didn't get any. So this is super great. And of course, like I said, the tassel thread, and I think this is only enough to make 2 sets of skirt hikers. 4 pieces, yeah, it is. But that's what I use these for, is making skirt hikers for my Renaissance Festival. So I certainly am not going to complain about getting some more of those. And as I said, these are the bigger lobster claws. So they're great for, and they're copper. And I'm not sure I had very many copper, so that's good. I don't really care about the chainmail rings. I don't use those much. These wires are really cool. All kinds of pretty little wires and multicolors. This is our tubing. There's our tassel stuff, and this is our. I was sort of half hoping, since the other one had the Insta pendants in it, that there were some more. But I'm not going to complain about the one package I did get of them. I love them. So like I said, these work great as a spacer instead of as a crimp. And if I had one of those necklaces still here, I'd show you, but I don't think I do. I think I put them all in my craft stuff. Maybe I do. Let me see. Well, that's sort of looking like a no, which is too bad, because I would have liked to have shown you what I did with it. It actually turns out really cute, surprisingly enough. And yes, I think Kimberly's right. They probably could even go on leather, because I think they're well, one way to find out, right? Always one way to find out. Brandy, I think that Randy, she usually has some of the twisting hole punches on her in her biz, thunderhorsedescendant.biz, the twist style. If you need one, she may still have some. Hey, Heather. Will I continue to buy these mystery boxes in the future? Most likely. I've had some that I wasn't thrilled with. Oh yeah, that goes on there just fine. Kimberly, see that went through that leather. This is a 2mm leather, so it works just perfect. So actually, if you wanted to do something like, you could. And since now this is my spacer, here you guys. You can see, my audio is cutting in and out. Oh, thank you, Tina. That'd be great. I wouldn't mind them. With colored wire, make jump rings? You can. So anyway, so see, those will work as a spacer on leather if you wanted to use those on that. But, your own. And this is 2mm, so if you just wanted to use 1.5, you could too. I dinged that a bit because it's the natural. It doesn't have any coating on it, so that's all right. Actually, if I had wanted to, not use these, but because they wouldn't match, but if I had, come on, get back in there so you don't get lost. Well, that one's determined to be out. Now it's determined to be on the floor, so it's just going to get to stay there. Okay, there's the tassels. I was thinking with this, how we had our leather out here. So, what I was thinking just now, if we wanted to do this, oh, this pearl has a weirdo flat side. Oh, well, it's natural. Those things happen. So we could that pearl's weird. Now I'm going to put the Insta pendant on here. Use up all my plum pearls if I'm not careful here. There we go. Simple little necklace, easily and fast put together. Randy doesn't have any of the twisty hole punches anymore. You might need this simple necklace in your life, huh, Kimberly? Well, I'm actually thinking of leaving it together because I like it. But we need to decide how long we want to make it if we're going to do that. I probably would want to make it about 18 to 20 inches. Let's get this leather out. I mean, this stuff out of the way for a second here. So, but as you can see, the instant pendant works just perfectly in here. And we want about 18 inches. I think we'll go for we're going to go a little bit longer and go to 19 because once you get the hardware on, it goes up to about 20 that way. Though we could make it 18 and put an extender chain on, which is the simplest thing to do if you want a slightly shorter. So actually, maybe that's what we'll do. We'll just go up to the 18, which is right here. Fold you in half, bring you up here. Cut right there. Though we do know that those little cord ends won't fit on this that we got because they say 1.5 and this is 2. So we have to get our 2-inch ends. It's getting ready to pour down rain, huh? Here, huh, Dorothy? Well. Well, sometimes it's nice when it pours down rain. Most people would disagree with me, but I sometimes, especially when it's been dry for a while, and then you get the rain, and it helps with that dryness. And it always amazes me when this happens. This one does not want to go on, though they're the same kind of ends. Let go. Though this might need cut a little bit. This is the natural leather. It has no coatings on it or anything, and it's because of that, it's a little more flexible and stuff. There, we went on just fine there. Inevitably, I always get super glue on my fingers when I'm doing these ends, but you know, what can I say? Now this has to dry for a while before I decide what I want to do with it after that. I may want to put some crimp covers on here and hold the beads in place so they don't roll around. I'll have to decide. But this gets to sit here and dry for a while. Thunder and lightning. Ooh, Dorothy, I hope you don't lose your internet. Oh, when it rains here, it's like activating a sauna when it stops. Ugh. Oh dear. Well, I hope you don't get too, it doesn't get too nasty there for you. So anyway, somebody was asking about this tubing. Now I've got a whole bunch of it because I got some last year too, and I didn't really use it at all. So there's a few things you can do with the tubing. Let's get it out of the package. See, now their advice is to put it on memory wire with some beads in between. Or this is a necklace here, which they've had it on with some beads in between, just on beading wire. I'll let you know, Kimberly, how much it's going to get sold. I'm not keeping it, but I'll let you know how much it is. And if you do want it, do you want me to put the crimp cover on to stop the beads from moving, or do you care if the beads move around? So, as you can see, this rubber tubing is square, and it just fits. I think it's too big, actually, to fit on leather, unless it's a small leather. Probably put it on a smaller leather. I think it might be, well, maybe not. That's a pretty good sized hole in there. Let's see. Nothing like a little experimenting. Haha. Check it out. It will. Though it's really tight, so I'm not sure if you'd really want, and it doesn't, it wants to stop because it's really tight. But since this is 2 millimeter, if you wanted to put it on like 1.5, probably fit great. No crimps? Yeah, that's fine. You want the bead move? Yeah, no problem. I won't put any on. And I will figure out a price for it and let you know. So yeah, there's a hole in it. So what you can do with it, and it's a pretty good sized piece. What did it say? I didn't read it to see how big of a piece it is. It says it's a 1 meter piece, 3.28 feet. Now I do get rubber tubing from Beadalon. In fact, I just ordered some along with my mystery boxes, but mine's the round that I put in underneath things to keep it from sliding around. And this is the 2.5 size. And I wanted some of this in frost because that's what I usually use, but they didn't have any. It was all out of frost. They were all out of frost. So anyway, where is my... That's a snowflake. That isn't what I'm looking for. Poke myself. Oh, it's underneath this box of Swarovski. Okay, come here, you. Memory wire. This is a pack of all different sizes. This is ring. This is what I use for my Barbie doll jewelry. Actually, it looks like I have enough for maybe 2 or 3 more necklaces here. But I also have some others back over here. But anyway, this is the memory wire. Comes in a variety of sizes. This is the necklace size, the larger wrist size, and the smaller wrist size. We're not making a necklace, so we're going to put this away. Your Chi-Chi doesn't like the thunder. I don't know. I assume Chi-Chi is a critter. Most of them don't. So we can either make a larger memory wire bracelet or a smaller. My smaller here I only have like 3 loops left. Let's go ahead and just use it. So you can take this memory wire and take your piece of rubber. Oh, come on, where's your end? There it is. One thing I don't like about memory wire, it wants to stay exactly how it is. And you can just put it onto your memory wire. And even this, it doesn't really want to keep going on, which is probably why they put beads in between. So you could just take it and cut it in some various hunks. I don't like the fact that this is not straight, so I'm going to take my flush cutters and I'm just going to cut it so it's straight. And then I'm going to cut like, I don't know, half a dozen of about the same size of pieces. Maybe not that many, we'll see. Looks like licorice, doesn't it? We'll just start with that, and then we'll decide what kind of bead we want between it. She's a Chihuahua. Yeah, I used to have a Samoyed that hated thunder so much that he'd hide in the bathtub whenever we had thunder, because the bathtub was in the middle of the house, and because it was in the middle of the house, it had no windows, so she'd go get in the bathtub, and that's where she would be the whole time we were having any storms. So we'll put some drucks on here. Got 2 different colors of greens here. One's a little lighter, one's a little darker. Uh-oh. Is that? Yeah, that's that one, not this one. Though they're almost the same color. What I'm going to do, go in there, is we're going to take, well, the first thing you want to do is roll an end on one side, because there's nothing quite so nasty as when your beads just come right back off of your memory wire. So I'm going to get this, and we're going to roll an end here. When I'm working with memory wire, I usually go all the way around and keep going for a little ways. So I've sort of made a split ring at the end. See? And of course it's crooked because it always likes to go crooked. So there we go. Come on, you. There. That's better. And get these out of here. Don't even think about using those on your memory wire. So now we're going to go to the other end where we don't have that. And we're going to feed the first bead on. And of course, I got to have spacers because, hey, it's me. I have to have spacers. So we're going to have both some ball and some daisies. So we're going to, where's my end at? There it is. That's the problem with, to me, with working with memory wire is it wants to roll itself back up almost instantly. You undo it, and it just wants to be difficult. So we're going to do some spacers, and I think this is the color we were using, so we'll put that one on. Okay, now we've got this on. What we're going to do is we're going to take our first little piece of tubing, and we're going to push it around with our beads. Come on, everybody go all the way to the end. What are you doing here? Okay, which view is the end? Because it went in twice here. There we go. Now we can go around. And actually, one of my pet peeves with making memory wire bracelets is your or even anything is your beads try to slide all over the place. But if you have this rubber tubing, it holds on pretty good, so it doesn't want to come off. So it sits like that. And I could have put a spacer here on the end if I wanted to. And in fact, I think I might, because I think I would like a spacer there. So let's pull the rubber tubing back off. And put a daisy spacer there. Now you can go back on. All right, where'd the end go again? There it is. And it's through that bead again. Boy, that bead is liking to have the wire in it. All the way to the end. Yeah, I like that better with the daisy there. It sits a little better, I think. So then we'll put, and it actually could have even used a bigger daisy so that it was um, snugged up better. So we're going to put, if I can find this bloody end again, another daisy spacer on so that the other end has one. Oh, come on, you. And then we'll oh, nope, I wanted the ball spacer, not the daisy spacer right yet. And then a hunk of the rubber tubing. And the next daisy spacer. So as you can see, it makes a nice divider piece, gives it a little something extra. And because it's this rubbery texture, it's not rough on your arm at all when you're wearing it. So we're gonna, did I put the daisy spacer on there? Yeah, I did. So you can use this rubber spacer, these rubber tubing the same way for regular bracelets, regular necklaces. Say you don't want to, you want something different up the back of your necklace, or if you want, and instead of chain or leather, you could always put the rubber spacing onto. Did I just put one too many beads on here? Yes, I did. you can always put the rubber tubing instead of chain or leather or anything like that. Just put it on your beading wire like you would beads or whatever, and just go to town. Come here, you. Uh-oh, the tree's still standing, huh, Chris? You didn't manage to get it down? I don't care. I've never really paid that much attention to it, um, as far as spacing and things are concerned. You could, and it looks like I'm going to need at least two more pieces of the rubber. So let's get our rubber out, and we'll cut a couple more pieces here. I don't make a lot of memory wire stuff, to be truthful with you, so I don't really pay that much attention to where things are falling at. I probably should, but I don't. Um, I know I see some people makes the bracelets, and they all are just gorgeously stacked in a way that they don't hit, but I have never bothered doing that. Primarily, I imagine, because I don't do a lot of memory wire stuff. I think I just did the dark, so I probably want the light green now. Nope. Ball spacer first, Rose. I think I'm going to need one more piece of the rubber. As you can see, Mary, mine are actually just falling right over the top of each other where I've had them sat down here. So and we'll need to get some more beads out here, of course. I think we need a set of the light. Maybe it's both. We'll see. Around. Go around. Okay. That particular spacer had something in it, but because memory wire is such a hard wire, it was no big deal to just make the wire push through it. I don't think I'll need another rubber tubing. And even if I did, I don't think I want one. I'll just cut the excess off. So you see, to put another piece of rubber tubing on, we'd be right here and we'd be right at the end. And since I started with beads, I want to end with beads. So we are going to end this now. And because I probably only need about that much wire, I'm going to get my memory wire cutters and cut a little bit of this off. I don't have a specific amount of layers that I make my memory wire bracelets, Mary. It's just whatever I feel like at the time, more or less. And I think I probably needed to cut more wire off. For sure I did, because see, I've already got my wrap around right there and we're not even close to where we need to go. So I'm going to cut this last little bit that I just twisted off again. And now twist it again. Does anybody here use those little end caps that you can get for memory wire? I have only ever used them once, and they're harder than heck to put on. Anyway, they were for me. Oh, don't give me flack. Just go. So even now, it's got a bigger twist than I would normally put on it. It wants to be a bugger. So I'm going to push them all this way and put some more twist on this side over here. But see how the rubber's holding the things in place pretty well? They don't want to slide around too much because they say, hey, I'm where I'm supposed to be. But I changed my mind. You're not where you're supposed to be, because I'm going to put some more twist on the other side. But no, I don't have any particular amount of wraps I do on my memory wire bracelets. It's just what I cut off when I start with. And sometimes that is sometimes it's one loop and sometimes it's three or four and whatever it ends up being. So there's one little tiny memory wire bracelet using the rubber tubing. So this one needs to squish down some. I could feel it popping onto my finger here. That's better. Throw my pliers away. So anyway, see, it makes a really cute little memory wire bracelet. You're hiding in the truck. The tree is being. Oh, latex. It says it's rubber, so rather than latex. So let's see if it has any more ingredient information on it. My daughter does have a latex allergy. Rubber tubing. Made in China, Beadalon, intended for adult use only. No, there's no other ingredient like stuff listed. Just says rubber tubing. So yeah. Memory wire is like a wrestling match. It yeah. It wants to go where it wants to go. Now see, this bracelet is actually too small for me because I have a 7-inch wrist and this is probably is the smaller memory wire. So it's probably more like for a 5 or 6-inch wrist. Someone with a tiny wrist, a child, or just an adult with a little wrist. See, I can wear it, but it's because it's memory wire, it just wraps around you. But it's not comfortable for me. So, but there we go. Put this guy away. So this will fit on a smaller leather. It'll fit on beading wire. It'll fit on regular. It'll fit on memory wire. It's this tubing, whereas this tubing I use for filling in smaller things, like big beads, and I want it to be a smaller bead hole, or like veils and stuff like that. I'll put them that type behind them. It's a size for Randy. You'll fit your wrist, Dorothy? Ah, okay. My daughter's allergic to latex, but she's never tried to touch this rubber tubing that I know. So that would fit your wrist. Well, let's see what the inner diameter of this bracelet is. Let's put it on the bracelet mandrel and find out what it says. Well, it's actually almost comes down to the 6. It's probably closer to 5 3/4. 5, 5 1/4, 5 inches, 5 1/4. Yeah, between 5 3/4 and 6 inches is what it ends up being. So finish this necklace by putting the lobster claw on it, and I'll probably put a little extender on it as well. I usually do. So we made 2 little items today, as well as opening our mystery boxes. That is a tiny little bracelet, but but you can see how you can use the rubber in between your beads to make a little different kind of memory wire bracelet. Like I said, you can use it on necklaces, or put it on regular beading wire. It will go on little a 1.5 leather. So pretty simple. So there is using our rubber our rubber tubing, the square rubber tubing, and here is using our Insta pendant. So all kinds of fun goodies. Actually, I'm really pleased with my boxes this year. I think they were really nice. Yes, Dorothy, I did get it. Dorothy sent me the all kinds of fun things came yesterday. Dorothy sent me the extra strand from Softflex's Wild Mushrooms kit. Now I haven't opened that yet because it's not time. They open them on the last Wednesday of the month. So, but you wrapped this really good, Dorothy. But she sent me the extra strand from the kit. Now, this is a separate purchase from Softflex from your kit. So I don't get it very often, but this is a gorgeous strand. It's very pretty. So Chris, I would hope that we hear from you in just a little while. I can't show the regular kit yet. No, I can't. Though they usually put the bead strands on sale when they put the kit on sale, so that you can purchase them together. So I didn't mind showing this, but no, we can't show the kit yet. It's not supposed to be shown until the last Wednesday of the month. Hi, Katie. So I'm gonna get this one finished. This is finished, and I have to decide what I'm going to make. I have to decide what we're going to make today on our members live. I haven't really decided. Maybe we'll see about making a tassel with these tassel cords, since we have all cotton tassel cord. We'll have to see. Didn't we have another color in the other box? It seems to me we did. I'm going to make a tassel. I'm going to make it colorful. we're going to make it multicolored. But we'll do that. We'll do it in the members live instead of now, because I think we've probably been on for, yeah, my usual hour and a half. Hey, tree's down and you're still good. And so's Gar. That's good, Chris. That's very good. Oh boy. So I'm going to finish this one up, and then Kimberly wants it, so I'll send her the price. And we have our little bracelet here. But as I said, and they even show it here on the back of the package, you can do this with actually, yeah, you could just use, though this looks like the smaller cording, not the square, but the regular tubing. And the regular tubing is actually, some of it's small enough that you can put it right, the beads right through it and stuff. But yeah, that looks like regular tubing there in this one instead of the square. But you can use it on necklaces and such. Say you wanted to do a 2 or 3 strand necklace and you wanted to end it, but you didn't want to use beading wire up the back or chain. You could just use the beading wire and then put the rubber tubing over the top of it for an entirely different look. So there's some ideas in case anybody wants to think about that. So there we go. And so we're going to go, like I said, I may make a tassel this afternoon with our tassel thread. Wouldn't be hard. We have our necklace, our bracelet, and we've seen both of my bead boxes, which I think I was really pleased with. There is a whole bunch of stuff in here that I definitely will use. There's some stuff that I'm like, I don't know, never tried that one before. Hey, we just did new here, didn't we? Oh, I guess the other box had another gold, so we don't need 2 golds. 1 gold is sufficient. Now I made a mess out of the other box, but that's all right. No biggie. So, thank you, Dorothy. So I'm going to turn up here. Turn up. I always feel like I should be looking at vegetables when I say that. So anyway, we made the bracelet out with the rubber tubing and some memory wire. Real simple. And actually, when you use the rubber tubing, depending on how big of pieces you use, you got a lot less you have to bead. And it goes a lot faster when you do this. And then, of course, we have our necklace that we made using the Insta pendant. So I'll see all my members at 1 o'clock, which is, well, I've been on for an hour and a half, so it's 11:30. So that's about another hour and a half. We'll see you on, no, I've changed my time to 1:30 so that I do not have to interfere with Heather at all when she comes on live. So I will be on in 2 hours. And I'll get this little one with the Insta pendant finished. But I think we had a pretty darn nice constructive day, considering that we opened our boxes and looked at all the goodies inside there, and I'm quite pleased with what I got. So we will go for right now, and I will see everybody, or anyway, all of my members, in a few hours. And if Heather's live, I assume she is. I haven't heard she's not going to be. We'll see everybody who goes over to join Heather's live. We'll see you over there. So your audio is still bad. I'm sorry to hear that, Mary. Anyway, I'm going to go. This has been Rose from In Rose's Garden. We'll see you all later. Like I said, for members, I'll be on in 2 hours. I think we're going to make us a tassel using these tassel threads and one of my bead caps. I have some really pretty bead caps, so we can certainly do that. It'll be a fun little experiment. So I'll see everybody later. If, like I said, if not with Heather for my live, or maybe not, depending on how things go for all of you guys. I hope you are having a lovely day though, and we'll see you later. Bye-bye.